My name is Andrew Roberts, and I graduated from American Fork High School. Some of the IT classes I took were Linux Fundamentals, Intro to IT, Exploring Computer Science, and Mobile App Development, and Linux Fundamentals was by far my favorite. Linux Fundamentals was my favorite class because it was very open and free, and we had a lot of opportunities to learn for ourselves and to discover Linux by ourselves through trial and error, and it was a very good experience for me. While I was at American Fork High School, I had the opportunity to intern with the on-site tech, and we'd be able to fix printers, manage the networks, manage all of the online accounts, and it was also rotations, and so I'd help re-image new computers and bring them out to the teachers. Also, I worked with my teacher at her other job at UDOT, and I managed the fiber optic network throughout the state, and my main duty was to map that out in GIS software. Academically, I'd like to attend BYU and get at least a bachelor's degree in information systems and maybe take that education a little bit further. After college, one of the places I'm thinking of applying is Micro Focus, and it's a place where I know that I can use my knowledge of Linux and from the other tech courses that I've taken throughout college and put them to use and help make the company better. The Micro Focus scholarship has really enabled me to focus on my education instead of worrying about the stress of trying to find more money to pay for it. Outside of tech, some of my hobbies include autocross. I love working on cars and driving them really fast. I also love singing and playing the guitar, and I also love taking pictures. My favorite teacher throughout high school was definitely Mrs. Yoakum. She really opened up my perspective to the opportunities that I had in the tech field. Like, she's the one who helped me get that internship with the tech at my school, and she also helped me get my job with UDOT, and I'm very grateful to her.
My name is Anthony Bible, and I went to Cottonwood for the basic classes, the core classes, math, science, and English. And then for the technology-based classes, I went to the GTI. Those classes were like programming and Linux. GTI stands for Granite Technical Institute. And then to balance myself out when I'm not on the computer, I like going outside, biking and hiking. The classes I took were programming, which I learned Java and C#, and then I also took Linux and networking, where I learned how to work on the command line with Linux, and then learned how the networking and the protocols work together. So my senior project, I used this cool little device. It's called a Raspberry Pi. And what it is basically a very small miniature computer. I programmed it to work on my robot autonomously. It made the robot turn and avoid obstacles through sonar detection. It sensed when it was too close to an obstacle and backed up or went around the obstacle. And then I also programmed it so it moved the head left and right and up and down to change the angle of the viewing camera. So I want to study computer and information systems at the Salt Lake Community College, and then transfer to the University of Utah and finish up my bachelor's and get an emphasis on cybersecurity, and then use the knowledge I gained from the school to start my own cybersecurity firm. Studying technology has also helped me get ahead in the technology career. With the experiences I've gained here, I can now go in the real world and get ahead in my career. And then I've also gained recognition through scholarships, one of which fortunately was Micro Focus.
My name is Corbin Hinton, and I attended Lone Peak High School and Mountainland Applied Technology College. While I was at Lone Peak, I studied programming 1 and 2. I learned C# and C++, and at MATC I studied PC Pro, Network, Security, and Linux. My favorite class was the PC Pro because it really got me started learning about computers and computer parts and stuff. My plans for study are going to Snow College to learn music and programming a little bit, and then going to Western Governors University to get an IT degree. After I graduate, my career goals are to find a good job. One idea was to work at my dad's school in their IT department, just to get some work on actual site-based stuff. One of my favorite teachers was Jed Patrick. He's funny, just like listening to him. He's talking about whatever random stuff he talks about in the lab while we work. When I'm not doing IT, I like to play music, play bass. I got a scholarship to Snow. To receive the Micro Focus scholarship, I had to learn Linux. I had to learn a few other things in IT, PC Pro and network and security, so that I could start on Linux with a good foundation, so I knew what I was doing. And I had to learn Linux with the command line and get the Linux certification. My favorite IT class I took was PC Pro because I liked the coursework and I liked learning about computer parts.
I'm Allison, and I went to school at Skyline and the Granite Technical Institute. I did most of the computer stuff at the Granite Technical Institute. Some of the computer stuff I took at the Granite Technical Institute was Linux, A+, Net+, and a programming class. So the Linux class was for the Linux Plus certification, and it involved a lot of reading and learning different things with Linux. I learned how to install, configure, set up Linux systems, and administer them. I took the Linux class because it has always interested me since I heard about it when I was 12, and I always wanted to learn more about computer stuff and computer administration, so I took that class to help further that. I had a project for the Linux class using a Raspberry Pi where I made a wireless hotspot that would intercept people's Wi-Fi connections and turn pictures upside down. My favorite teacher at the GTI was John Duras, my Linux teacher. He focused really well on individual kids and helping each person work through stuff, and I was ahead of a lot of the group, so he gave me advanced stuff beyond what they were getting. Outside of computer stuff, I like to play video games, I like to sleep. Now that I'm graduated for college, I plan to go to the University of Utah and study computer science, and in addition to that, work maybe in information systems a bit too. My long-term goals of employment after college are to become a system administrator or a programmer, probably a system administrator, working on Linux systems. I applied for the Young Technology Scholar Award from Micro Focus, and in order to prepare for that, I had to take the Linux Plus exam. I did a lot of outside studying, a lot of time on my own spent studying outside of the class too. The Micro Focus scholarship helped me have to worry less about paying for school, gave me some money to help pay for books, tuition, whatever.
My name is Joshua Dickison, and I attended Cedar High School and Southwest Applied Technology College. When I was at school, I took an A+ computer maintenance and repair class, as well as a security fundamentals class and a Linux fundamentals class. Probably enjoyed the computer maintenance and repair class the most. Being able to physically handle the hardware was enjoyable for me. Outside of schooling and technology, I enjoy reading, running, and spending time with my friends as well. The Micro Focus scholarship has been a great help for me, both in the skills that I've learned while applying for the scholarship. They've been a huge help for me trying to interact with and control the technology that I'm surrounded with in my everyday life. And of course, the scholarship itself will be a huge help to me paying for housing and food while I am at school. In order to get the Micro Focus scholarship, I had to take a certification exam and earn my SUSE CLA certification, as well as submit an application including a resume and personal accomplishments of mine. For schooling, I will be attending Utah State this upcoming semester, where I'll be studying mechanical engineering, and it will be my opportunity to participate with their teams in an Air Force competition where we will be designing new machines, and they've had a lot of different designs that they've done in the past, including portable bridges and wall climbing machines, and so I'm really excited to get to participate in that and design some cool stuff. My long-term career goals include becoming a mechanical engineer, more specifically an aerospace engineer, where I'd have an opportunity to design aircraft, including both wings and engines, and make use of the technology skills that I've learned to both design through computers those aircraft and then test them as well. Thank you, Micro Focus, for this scholarship that'll be a vast help to me both in my personal life and in my upcoming schooling. Thank you.